from the Twin Cities Broadcast Center. First on Fox 9 News.
Minnesota and Iraq, the supporters, the protesters, the conflict. Tonight, both sides of the war fence 1 year later. Also, what happened inside this house and why is a little girl dead? Plus, if this is spring, what can we expect for the rest of the week?
Fox 9 News starts now.
Well, hi there, everyone. I'm Tim Blotz.
And I'm Sue Turner. It's been a year since we saw the shock and awe, but troops still remain in Iraq.
Tonight, hundreds of thousands of people are either protesting or praising the U.S.-led invasion. And first on Fox tonight, Rochelle McGinnis is live at the state capitol with reaction from here and around the world. Rochelle?
A large demonstration took place here earlier today, but this was just one of many. This was the scene from the state capitol as an estimated 2,000 war protesters approached the steps. Protesters say the year anniversary of the bombings in Iraq combined with election year politics make them want to get their message out loud and clear.
It's important for me to try and stop all the wars that this government is promoting. And I'm very glad we're all out here now.
This continuation of U.S. expansion into world empire has got to cease. I mean, it means aggressive action all over the world to try to get people to agree with the United States, and I just don't like that.
A feeling echoed in more than 250 anti-war rallies around the country today, like this one in San Francisco, where thousands of people stretched several city blocks long. This was the picture in South Korea. And in Japan, a strong statement against the U.S. Protesters wearing pictures of the Statue of Liberty, holding a bomb instead of a torch. But sprinkled among the protesters, supporters.
And just let the troops know that we have not forgotten them, and we still are grateful to them day after day after day, because we can't even imagine what they're going through.
Some who have their own reasons for taking all of this a bit personally.
My son currently is in Kuwait waiting to be shipped to Baghdad International Airport for a year. And when he was called up, I asked him what he thought about the protests here in the street. He's a National Guardsman. He said, "Dad, that's why we fight, so people can protest."
Now, at previous demonstrations, the two sides have clashed at times, but today, no major confrontations. Reporting live from the state capitol, Rochelle McGinnis, Fox 9 News.
And this was by far just a day of protest. There were significant numbers of people who rallied in support of our troops today.
Forget our men and women that are serving for our freedoms throughout the world.
Joe Repia led a rally, I should say, at the base of the Capitol to honor the troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Minnesota Support Our Troops Coalition passed out 1,000 lawn signs in support of the military. This is the same group that distributed more than 30,000 signs after the invasion of Iraq a year ago.
Are you protected against the invisible killer in your home? Carbon monoxide makes thousands of Americans sick every year, and sometimes it turns deadly. It killed 3-year-old Hannah Griggs in her Olmsted County home just outside Rochester early Friday morning. The family had only lived there 5 months. Even though they had smoke detectors, they did not have a carbon monoxide detector.
People don't hear about it a lot and they don't act on it, but everybody should, because when you do have a problem, you really have a problem.
CO detectors should be put where you can hear them.
3 Minneapolis police officers will go back to work on Monday. Deputy Chief Lucy Gerald, Captain Mike Martin, and Lieutenant Mike Carlson were suspended 3 weeks ago by new Police Chief William McManus. An investigation found the suspensions resulted after a misunderstanding over a memo on an officer who was shot. Officials are still trying to find out who shot Dewey No. That case is far from over, though. It now goes to an internal investigation.
A very windy day today. In fact, a wind gust of 47 miles an hour here in the Twin Cities. Sustained winds were over 30 much of the afternoon. They've dropped off into the teens and lower 20s, and they'll be even less windy for tomorrow. Temperatures right now in the 20s over southern Minnesota, some teens over the north. Single digits expected up there overnight, with teens for lows over the south. Here's your forecast. Well, first of all, our satellite loop shows how the clouds are breaking up, and your forecast is going to show quite a bit of sunshine for tomorrow. It's going to be a cool day, though. A high temperature of only 33 degrees after a low of 15. Less wind for tomorrow. Temps warm up after that. Monday 43, then 48, and into the 50s. Our next chance of rain looks like it would be late Wednesday, and another chance for Friday and Saturday. There's your weather. Back to you guys.
All right, kind of like that. Thanks, Ron.
Mark Radel joins us now with sports.
Lots of hoops, lots of hockey. Last night's game between the Gophers and Bulldogs set a WCHA attendance record with 19,208 people at hand at the X. The Gophers won, earning themselves a spot in tonight's championship game against North Dakota. Jam-packed again tonight. Sioux Faithful looking to seal up a top seed next week's tournament. They've had their way with the Gophers this season. Again, looked like they were on target to have another way with them, but it didn't look that way as the Gophers got things going early. Freshman Danny Ehrman, a superb season, gives the Gophers a 1-0 lead. Nice passing. Still the first. Sioux with a 4-on-3 advantage. Zach Parisi, he's the engine behind the Sioux. Gets the pass to Drew Stafford, North Dakota, Minnesota at the end of 2 periods of play. And it's the Fighting Sioux leading this one 3-2. Eric Milton, remember that name? Pitched for the Twins last year. He's with the Phillies this season. Nice outing today facing his former mates. Worked 5 innings, struck out 4 Twins. Meanwhile, Rick Helling, looking to lock down a starting spot, gets hammered by Jason Michaels. Helling would give up 4 runs. Phillies 15 hits. My goodness, Twins lose 6-1. They fall to 11-7 this spring. How's your bracket doing out there, folks, in Seattle? Well, mine not all that good. NCAA tournament #1, Stanford going cold late. Evan Brock for Bama, the high percentage shot. That got the Tide rolling. They led by 3 late. Ernest Shelton missed 2 key free throws. Down the stretch, Dan Grunfield for Stanford. They've done this shot numerous times this year. Hits the front end of the rim. Number 2 bounced as well. Stanford, Gonzaga, all gone. My bracket is getting ripped up after this show is done. Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Already.
Mark.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks a lot. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 9 News tonight.
Stick around for more girls basketball. Lakeville takes on Hopkins next.